Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Married to Medicine, Season 10, Episode 3.
Y'all know I love Married to Medicine. This is my favorite show, one of my favorite shows. But I want to tell y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment. I don't see no comment yet. Actually, I do see some comments, but I want more comments because this is my favorite show.
Yeah, we want to talk to y'all. There's a lot going on.
This is my favorite show. Like, I have comments on shows that I like, but those are not my favorite show. This is my favorite show. And I want to get into the comments and things like that. But Blair, I have a question. Can I ask my question?
Yes.
Can I ask my question?
Yes.
Okay, here is my question. Be honest. Were you happy when you saw Quad walk in that room? I ain't gonna lie. I was like, Miss Quad, you look good, Miss Quad. I ain't gonna hold you. Come on, Blair, walk us through this.
Yes, well, Phaedra and Toya are throwing T a pamper party.
Yeah.
Dr. Simone and Jackie are back to having lunch together. If y'all are OGs, y'all remember they used to do this all the time, have lunch together. So it is sweet to see them get back together for their lunch.
You know, Jackie's favorite friend is Heavenly. You
know
what I say?
Yeah, that ended when Heavenly came in the picture. Mm-hmm. Ain't no more lunches. But anyway.
Continue.
So Sweet Tea is struggling. Simone says T has been overwhelmed and is trying to cater to Greg's needs. Mm-hmm. T needs an assistant, is what T has said. Because Dr. G is expecting dinner as soon as he gets home. Yeah. And she wants somebody to just be able to bring the groceries. Has she heard of Instacart?
Well, it depends. I don't know how Atlanta works.
Oh, okay. Anyway, at Sweet Tea's age, Simone was doing it all with a child, working as a doctor, and a husband. Yeah. They think she needs to rise up to a grown woman status and handle her business.
Talking about Sweet Tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sweet Tea, stop complaining.
Yeah.
Please. Stop complaining. Look. Let me teach you a little something. Let me learn you something real quick, right? This is not me being misogynistic, but I would say this. You wanted this. You went into the DMs.
You went after it.
Yes. Right?
After seeing how this man treated his ex-wife.
Yes. And I'm not even on that. I'm just like, there's a certain level of man. His mindset, when a man pays all the bills in the house, there's a certain mindset he's in. He's like, hey, I'm paying all the bills. How come my food ain't ready? I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you the reality of how these guys think. He's like, hey, look, I brought you into my house. You work from home. How come the food ain't? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and get it, is it right? Of course it's not. Of course it's not right. And of course it's not fair. Right? But my whole point is, this is the reality when you dating these type of men that makes a lot of money, who spend hours and hours and hours at work, and when they come home, they don't want to be like, what am I eating? Yeah, I've been at work for 10 hours. Yeah, I'm a doctor.
Are you asking them, can you go buy such and such and pick up? No.
How come you couldn't go pick it up? You're not a doctor,
right?
And that's what they mean when they say grown woman status, because. Let me teach you something about Twitter, right? Or X is what they call it, right? Okay. We having these little conversations amongst ourselves about $200 dates, about all
Cheesecake Factory.
Exactly. we having all these conversations about gender roles and things like that. Toya knows that when you're in this life, when you're not working and Eugene's the one working, oh my goodness, you better pick up the kids. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you better cook the food. Oh, and guess what? Of course, there's occasional time Eugene may bring something home, but this is your norm, right? There is no like.
Yeah, you keep the household running.
Yeah, there is no. Okay, I cook Monday, you cook Tuesday. I cook. No. In this life and things like that, the grown woman status in this and how they're raised, they're all doctors and things like that, and you at home, you have to get on board. Because Dr. Greg can be a lot, and you may need an assistant, but I think you gotta get your mind right of like. I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, well, if you're overwhelmed and you're not married yet, oh my goodness.
It's going to get worse.
It's going to get real bad.
And the fact that she's talking about bringing a baby into the situation.
It's going to get
You
bad.
Already not getting help.
You're not going to get, no.
So, and Lord willing, he'll let you get a nanny, but he going to have to foot the bill. Does he feel like doing that?
You even heard what he said. He said, hey, don't talk to me about balloons with this wedding. Mm-hmm. Don't talk to me about, I paid the money. I paid to not be told anything about the wedding. This is how these guys who make like $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year. And granted, I'm not saying that they make this much money and they don't work hard. I'm sure Dr. Greg worked hard and worked long. Eugene at one point was pulling 16-hour days and things like that. Yeah. So when he come home, there ain't no like, what am I eating? No. Like Toya said, you gotta get your grown woman status, man, because you're in a different light.
Yeah.
You're in a different light. Continue.
Moving on, we see T and Heavenly meet up.
Hello.
And T, she is still sporting her Texas wear with her hats.
Yeah.
So Heavenly, she offers T a shot. Let's get her a shot. She's getting married.
Mm-hmm.
T trying to get, Heavenly trying to get T a little bit of liquid up so, she can get the info.
Mm-hmm.
So T says wedding planning has been rough.
Mm-hmm.
She thought that Greg would be more involved, but he's not. And the wedding is literally a week away.
Yeah.
She had to change the venue last minute because of rain.
Yeah.
Heavenly tells her that something that her mom always told her, that it's important for women to have their own.
Mm-hmm.
And even just that lets you know, T, they really don't think you're that smart or respect you, because they don't even think you have your own.
No.
Heavenly is just like, make sure you put some money aside, and T says, well, he does throw in my face that he pays bills, and Quad was right about his controlling ways.
Got my info. You know what I'm saying?
And then he apparently lied and said there were robbers in the house to teach her a lesson for not setting the alarm.
I like that, though. I like that. Listen here.
That's too extreme.
I know it's dramatic, but guess what? Robbers is a big thing in Atlanta. Okay,
that is true.
So I'm like, listen here. Listen, just last season, Toya house got broke into, right, or something like that, or was it the Anila's or something like that? Forgive me, right? Listen here. Don't stop. Set the alarm. Set the alarm. Yes, it's extreme. I wouldn't do that. You get what I'm saying? But set the alarm, and I can just feel they feel like you're a child.
Yeah.
They feel like you're a child. Continue that scene, Blair.
Yeah. Quad and T are complaining about the same things with Dr. G.
Yeah.
T thinks that they'll just get it figured out after they get married.
Yeah.
I do want to say one thing. During this scene, they flashed back to the conversations that Quad was having with Dr. G, and like how she was even begging and pleading for him to listen to her about how love is not a monetary thing. It's more than that. And T even says exactly that. Love is not a monetary thing in the conversation with Heavenly.
He throws in my face that he pays all the bills. Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Listen here. I already been on Sweet Tea for 2 episodes now. Can I get on Dr. Greg?
Go ahead.
Dr. Greg, Dr. G, I'm happy you're back. Is there a reason you going after these type of women? Because you're a doctor. I'm sure you could come across doctors. You're in that network.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You not only you got doctor friends, you got Fedra, who's one of your longest friends for 2 decades. She said
she's an attorney.
So you have a network of independent people who can pull their own.
Financially.
You see what I'm doing here?
Meet you where you're at.
But maybe I don't want someone that can meet me where I'm at, because I can wield my power.
And he likes doing that.
Dr. G, you gotta do better, brother. Not Grant.
He ain't.
You gotta do better. I think it's easy for a lot of guys to be in that position, to feel, but even that's weird. Cause I'm like, you already been married before, so I'm like, and I would think like the second time you do it, you want it better. You get what I'm saying? Like having to complain about you having to pay for everything. Like, why would you want to do that again? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm very interested or very confused about why he pulled this girl from DC. You get what I'm saying? Bring her down there and then complain that she don't pay anything. You knew she couldn't pay anything.
Yeah.
You knew. Listen, you know how I know you knew she couldn't pay anything? She got to you through your DMs.
Yeah.
There was no way for y'all to ever cross paths. Y'all not in the same circle. So by a whim, she went into the DMs. You get what I'm saying? Listen here. I'm just saying. Dr. Greg, you got to do better.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to get better after the marriage. But who knows? Who knows? I'm just saying, like, if this is how it is, and you said yes to the proposal, Sweet Tea, this is not somebody that you, like, just met and then you just say yes, maybe. But I'm just saying, like, if it's not good now, what make you think will give you the hope that it's going to be better in the future? I don't know.
Yeah.
Continue.
And then the other thing that was on my mind is that she was saying how Dr. G was telling her, you and Quad complaining about the same things. Whoa. Y'all saying the same things.
And guess what? He gonna divorce the same women. You know what I'm saying?
And T is trying to explain to him, if we're both 2 women who are the only women who've ever lived with you, why do you think we are complaining about the same things?
So we living with the same guy.
Exactly.
Doing the same thing. Yeah.
But it's like, I think he really, and I think that's honestly why he went to T. Not to say T is lesser than Quad or anything like that, but maybe he felt he could have more of a control over her. Yeah. Maybe he felt like, okay, she wants to be barefoot and pregnant and, you know, enjoy the spoils of my riches and things like that. So, yeah, I can do that with her.
You know what? I'm going to do that with her, Blair. I'm going to take it first. I'm going to take it a step further, rather.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that with her and go with somebody younger because she going to appreciate me taking care of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so happens that I don't think she don't appreciate it, but I just think like, hey, you have flaws that you have to fix, and like those monetary things you do doesn't cover that.
Right.
It doesn't cover that.
Yeah. Well, moving on, we are at family dinner with Dr. Simone, their sons, and Cecil.
Hello, doctor.
The youngest went to Cabo recently.
Okay.
And he was too scared to go off of the resort. So they was pretty much Ubering women into the resort, and Dr. Simone and Cecil were talking about, we were seeing these Uber rides. What was going on with that? So he was having a good old time with that.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Well, apparently Michael, who's the youngest, he is at Holmes Community College. He's playing basketball. Mm-hmm. He eventually wants to transfer to get his bachelor's, then go on to law school.
Nice.
Miles, who is 24, he was the one who originally went to Howard. Mm-hmm. Then he went to Georgia State. He took a year off, and now he's back at Georgia State, and he's a film and media major, and he's living with his parents.
Okay.
Michael plans on moving back in with his parents when he finishes undergrad. Mm-hmm. Mom says, you're moving in with me at my house. Mm-hmm. He says, well, you could get me an apartment.
You could. I'm already 24 and already still in school.
No, she was talking to the younger one.
The younger one. Oh, okay, my fault.
Yeah. And so Simone says that they are coddling their children. Mm-hmm. Cecil says, you know, we have the means. Our parents didn't have the means. And Simone says, so apparently we should just waste as many of the means as possible. Mm. Cecil thinks that it's a free-flowing ATM machine for the kids. And Simone tells them that they are living an entitled life. The youngest says, well, thanks for entitling me.
Okay. Guess what?
Simone met her match with that youngest one. Listen, okay.
No, I didn't meet my match because guess what? He ain't moving in with me, and I'm gonna shut the cards off. You know what I'm saying? No, it's very interesting to see how the kids grown up and stuff like that.
Yeah, we watched them for a long time.
I know, right?
Yeah.
To see the youngest one still playing basketball, the oldest one still trying to figure out his way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was this the scene where she said, "Look, you only got one more year out of me," or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Look. That makes me think. Let me ask a question outside of them per se, but let me use them as a muse, right?
Right.
Is this the effects? Write this in the comments below. Of you being like very ultra successful, like you have the means. You hear Cecil saying we have the means. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And they worked hard for their money. I know, like at one point throughout the season, Cecil in the early seasons, Cecil switched over to real estate and things like that. Simone is a doctor. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they have the means and they worked hard and things like that. And you want to give your kids a good life, a good head start.
Yeah,
in
good
life,
foundation.
A good foundation that you had to work hard for.
Yeah.
So is this just the cause and effect of you being successful? It's just like your kids just feel like, hey, thank you for entitling me. Well, I'm not really entitling you. I'm just trying to give you a life that, like, I went to Spelman and your father went to Morehouse. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We was eating sardines. We was trying to figure out how we gonna get through med school, things like that. Your father was over here doing whatever he was doing. I was doing what I was doing. We was telling we almost broke up in a marriage.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, can our success really be a detriment to our kids? Mm-hmm. Like, what do you feel about that? The fact that the oldest one, he went away to Howard, and then he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. So they like, you know what? We gotta watch you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? How do you feel about that?
I don't necessarily think it's just successful people and have kids who just have no drive. Mm-hmm. I do think it has to do with the parenting. And I do agree. Simone's saying that she herself said they coddle their kids. Maybe if they let them feel some of the repercussions, then maybe they would make some changes or want to do things differently. But I also feel like it depends on the kid. Like some kids are just driven. Like they're going to go to school. They're going to get it done. They're going to get their own life because they want to.
Yeah.
You know? And I also feel like sometimes with guys, it takes a while for them to mature and to realize what's important in life. And they go to college thinking that, oh, it's just going to be a fun time. I'm just hanging out and going to college, not realizing you have a clock on you as soon as you step in the door. We doing this 4 or 5 years max. Okay?
You better than me. You better than me.
But they go in thinking this just, okay, college time, party time, when it's just like, no, we're not just bouncing around to different schools. Like, we're here to get a job done. And some kids just don't have that mindset, and their parents have to get it together for them. And I don't blame them, or even I commend them for letting the oldest take a year off, because if his head wasn't in it and he wasn't really together about it, don't waste your money. Let him mature a little bit, and if he's ready to go back and you're still willing to pay, then go ahead. But no, if you're not serious, don't play around with my money. Get a job.
The clock starts. Blair's nice. Just so when the future kids see this and stuff like that. The clock starts when you get your high school diploma. Okay. If you take a year off, I'm sorry. if you decide to go to community college first, I'm sorry. My 4 years go calendar years. It doesn't go. It doesn't go semesters. Okay. It goes. Hey, you graduated 2020. It's 2024. You gotta go.
Okay.
I have to relearn my wife and repair the relationship that y'all broke. Okay. Continue.
Yes. Well, we move on, and Heavenly is showing Alora how to make spaghetti. She tells her, you got to cook for your husband, and you'll be able to keep him with spaghetti.
Stop right there. You see how different that is completely from Sweet Tea. Yeah. And Sweet Tea ain't even got no kids. She just got a job that pays no bills. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It just it's a different mindset when you have these type of people who've been married for a long time. They know the tricks. The tricks that we argue about as young adults of like, oh no, I'm not doing this for no man. I ain't doing this. Equal rights and things like that. They say no. Your power lies in your submission
and your spaghetti.
Yes, submission and spaghetti. You are empowered when you cook them some good food. You cook them good spaghetti, and then you can ask away whatever you want, and he'll give it to you. Yeah, on a full stomach. Continue.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught, but they pointed as to the reason why women can keep their men with spaghetti. Do you know why?
How so?
You put a little bit of blood.
Yeah, voodoo.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Damon walks in, and he tells Alora about college and how studying was fun, and you really don't have to do all that drinking and partying and stuff. Damon says that undergrad is really a time for friendship and connections, and Alora wants to go to FAMU.
Florida?
Yep. Heavenly, which FAMU is her alma mater, but Heavenly says that if you go to Spelman, you can still run the beauty store and have that experience. And her parents both went away for school, so Alora wants to know, like, why do y'all not want to let me go far? And they tell her there's tornadoes. Okay. Heavenly said there
hurricanes.
Heavenly said there wasn't wind back when we was in school, so we don't know nothing about tornadoes. She said there are issues with the banks, and they can't protect her physically because she's a woman, and Damon would want to be able to get to her within an hour or less if necessary. And he says, I don't know if it's sexist or whatever. I didn't mind with the boys because they have, I think, 2 older boys. Yeah. They didn't mind that the boys went away for school, but he wants to be able to still be there and protect her.
That's his baby girl. I understand. I wouldn't feel that way.
Yeah, I said let the girl go.
Let the girl go.
Yeah.
Not my first daughter, though.
Okay.
Not my first daughter. She's staying close to she ain't even gotta go to school. She can stay. She can stay.
This is gonna be a conversation
it takes 3
for 20 years from now.
Welcome to It Takes 3. It's me, Blair, and our child. Okay, I said. No, I understand, but in my head, I'm like, Florida not really even that far.
From Atlanta, yeah, it's not that far.
It's not that far. I mean, look, it could be worse. She could go West Coast.
Yeah, she could go to California.
Like, she could go West Coast. I'm thinking, like, yeah, you may want to still catch a plane down there and things like that. The drive gonna be kind of long, but I'm like, fam, you're not really that bad. But I think I don't know. It's really up to the kid. I know some parents They're like, look, my dollars is only, I will pay for your full schooling if you only go to these type of schools.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, I understand.
Yeah.
Anything on that scene?
It was just nice to see Laura is growing up so beautifully.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. And just, I like their family dynamic. And I like how Dr. Damon shows his love for his daughter. Like, even when he walked in the room, like, he gave her hugs and kisses. Like, it's just sweet to see that they're dynamic. It is. So we move on. Eugene is taking the boys shopping. And he is trying to figure out what's going on. What's the gossip? And they're like, don't say that. And nothing's going on, Dad.
What's the dealio?
Eugene tells us that his dad was no nonsense, but they also did a lot of things together.
Yeah.
He tells the kids that he wants to hang out with them as they're getting older. There's going to be some things that only they might want to talk to about their dad. Only a man can answer. And they say, you want us to hang with you because you feel lonely.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Okay.
For sure. He asked if there's anything that they wanted to ask that they didn't want to ask in front of their mom. And at first, I didn't think either of them were going to say anything because I don't know, but it kind of seems to me like they kind of feed off each other. And if one of them feels awkward, the other one will just be awkward, so they can be the same. But I think it was the oldest one, and he asked, "What's a period?"
Bruh, I said questions to me outside of your mom. That's a question for just you and your mom. What are you doing?
She's a woman. She could answer that for you. But I guess they felt more comfortable.
But then again, I am a doctor.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Well, Eugene explains what it is.
Yeah.
And they have a somewhat better understanding of it. And then he goes to pay for the shoes. And they said, thank you, Dad.
That was a sweet moment because I think the price came out to like over $300. It was a nice price and things like that, especially when we got two boys. And the fact that they said thank you. You get what I'm saying?
That means a lot.
That was good. That was good. Even though they play around with them and stuff like that, Continue.
Well, Cecil is throwing the bachelor party for Dr. G. They got a party bus. Cecil is nervous about the strippers after what happened in Mexico, but YOLO.
Who cares about Mexico?
Toya and Phaedra are setting up the pamper party.
Yeah.
And as the men come in, they're getting a nice little eyeful. And Toya said one of them looked like Lil Damon.
Okay,
Daddy Damon. A little side by side. And he did kind of favor.
Little Daddy Damon.
As Heavenly's coming in, she's telling the guys to move back, not to touch her. Move out my way.
I like that. Listen here, you better be like Dr. Heavenly. Get out my way. Okay?
So, for the bachelor party, they start the party in Cecil's basement at the bar. And Cecil has a full service bar. I'm sure he can make you any drink he wants, and he just be sitting back there smiling, bartending. Like that is truly his happy place. Yeah,
liquor.
Greg says this party is going to be the most disgusting-ish imaginable.
That's what I like.
And he says it right next to his fiance. Well, they get on the bus. They got strippers on the bus.
That's what I'm talking about. Pre-game on the bus.
Yes. Back to the pamper party. The ladies are getting massages.
Yeah.
Sweet T's sister and her friend, who is also her maid of honor, comes in. And the man picks her up, takes her shoes off, and gets the massage on her feet.
Yep.
T is talking about how, I wonder how, Dr. G is doing. He is a bit more conservative.
What?
And we over there, and he is getting TNA all in his face. He said if he takes his pants down, he ain't pulling them up.
You guess what? I'm taking my pants down with you, Dr. G. I'm taking it down with me. Go ahead, continue.
Oh, gosh. Well, the wedding planner calls during this pamper party and tells her that with all the changes with the venue to get the vendors to come and do extra things, it is going to cost them an extra $13,000 to $14,000 to make this thing happen.
Stop right there. Why did she answer that phone call?
I don't know why. I wouldn't answer.
I wouldn't answer either.
But the wedding's 2 days away, so I think she feels like I gotta be on top of this.
I feel like you're robbing me. I feel like you're trying to hustle me. You get what I'm saying? Because what you mean, it's gonna cost this and this and this, and the wedding's 2 days away. We ain't got this secured. Yeah. The payment for this ain't secure. Come on now. So she's on the phone with this wedding venue person. Continue,
no, with her wedding planner.
With the wedding planner. Continue to tell us about this.
Yeah. Well, Simone says she would have just canceled the wedding. She's like, I ain't paying that. Her sister is trying to console her and rubbing her. And she's like, get off of me.
Wow.
And T asks, why are you coming for me? Talking to her sister. And her sister is annoyed because it's like, what is all of this? I'm trying to help you feel better. T throws her phone on the ground. She get to running away. People trying to hold her bag. And then she ends up in running into the bathroom to collect herself.
You see all that? I thought Miss Quad did that.
I thought that was for Quad. They got me.
I thought Miss Quad did that. Listen here, man. I've been going in on Sweet Tea ever since this series started.
And she's really not that bad.
Right?
Yeah.
I've been going in on her saying, hey, I don't think you're ready to swim with the sharks. Now, I just view you as a child. You're my age. Actually, I think I might be a year older than you. And that little temper tantrum you had right there turned me completely off you. I am not on your side at all no more. Because I don't care how overwhelmed you are. I don't care how tired you are. You need to be, as they were saying in the first thing that Blair was sharing with us, on your grown woman status. Let me take gender out of it as a grown up. You crying and having a temper tantrum. I'm looking at you. I see Dr. Jackie face. She's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have her call me Miss Jackie.
Dr. Jackie.
You're having a temper tantrum because things are not going your way. Besides, like, being on your grown woman status and actually, like, pivoting.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Or a grown adult. Let's not make it gender if you don't want to make it gender. A grown adult. You just crying and crying and going against the people that's trying to help you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And now, Dr. Jackie got to come in between and divide two people she don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Toya screaming, that's your sister. Don't do that. That's your sister.
And now people talking to you as if like you're a kid. Like, stop it. You know what I mean? And they got to pull you aside, and we got to make sure a bathroom is near Sweet Tea because we got to pull her and push her in there. She's fighting out of her robe, almost fighting out of her bra and things like that. just a mess. What did you think about that scene so far, Blair?
I get that she's overwhelmed, but it just seems like a lot. It may be because I'm not the most expressive person. I don't know. But it just seems like a lot. Like, I understand if you're overwhelmed and you need a minute. I even understand it being like, y'all, I'm in a mood right now. Let me step outside and get myself together. Like, that I can get. Yeah. But you over here, your sister trying to help you feel better. And I guess you're like, okay, like, I appreciate you, but I need a minute. Yeah. But going off like that, what the hell?
That makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Continue.
Yeah. Well, the guys arrived to the strip club. Apparently, Dr. Jackie gave Curtis the rule, no touching.
No touching.
And he is touching.
Oh, my goodness.
He's touching the waist right now as far as we can see. So maybe that's okay. I don't know.
We see.
Dr. G is out here inviting strippers to the wedding.
He's so nice.
Eugene is telling him, you cannot do that.
He's like, I can do what I want.
He said, this is my wedding. I can do what I want to do.
He's like, no, you can't. You can't do that.
G's talking about, I want to get Dr. Damon in trouble.
That's what I like right
And
there.
Damon is sitting in the corner looking at the wall, just trying to keep to himself as best as he can. T talks to her sister and just lets her know that she's stressed out. Yeah. Heavenly said that they are not ready. And this is while T is away in the bathroom. Yes. Heavenly said they're not ready. The wedding is rushed. Heavenly said, T said Dr. G was controlling.
Basically spilling the beans of that conversation. Yep.
While the maid of honor is sitting right there. And she was kind of nodding her head. So I didn't know if she was just listening and observing or if maybe she saw some red flags herself.
I think she's like listening and observing. Like, this may be the first time she may be hearing in detail. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, this is 2 days before the wedding, mind you.
Yeah.
Quad texts Phaedra saying she's outside.
Yeah.
Quad walks in and Heavenly gets up and hugs her. And Toya said, that's your friend now?
Uh-oh.
I thought y'all wasn't talking.
Uh-oh.
And Heavenly's like, we just ain't talking a minute. Phaedra introduces Quad to T and her sister. T even says, come on, you go ahead and sit right next to me. Toya asks, who invited her? Apparently, Phaedra invited her.
Of course.
Phaedra said, well, everybody keep asking about her.
Phaedra, you dirty.
Quad bought T a gift.
How nice.
And she's sitting there and telling her, I have no animosity towards you. I really do wish you the best. And she gives her a hug.
That don't mean anything, though, but I feel you.
Toya wants to know, how is Quad sitting right next to you when at the engagement party you were talking about we couldn't even bring up her name? And she over here at your party. What you doing
over here
T?
Hugging and doing all this other crap. Go ahead.
Toya said, this is not the time for us to figure our stuff out with Quad. Quad, you need to go. Quad, she does turn around. She asks T, "This is your event. Do you want me to go?" And T says, "Well, yes, being what it is, I think it is appropriate."
Yeah.
But at first, he was trying to, make it seem like it was okay. And Toya was like, "You know what? No, this ain't your event. I planned this.
Yeah, this is my event for you. This is not your event. This is my event for you."
Exactly. I put this together, and she ain't about to be up in here ruining my event.
Yeah.
So Phaedra walks her out, and that is the end of the episode.
What did you think about that scene, about how Toya reacted and stuff like that?
I think Toya is just really irritated with Quad. I mean, Quad had some allegations for her last season. She talked about how Toya was sleeping with somebody down the street in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
How she had Anila's house set up.
Yeah.
So I don't feel any type of way about Toya being upset with Quad. And I do felt like it was right for Toya to call out, "T, what you being fake for? Because this lady's in your face." We couldn't even talk about her at the daggone party.
Yeah.
What is this?
And guess what? I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be on your side, because last time when I came to your dress fitting and things like that, you said I was being mean and being a bully. Now I'm going to be 100% on your side, so you know. So you ain't going to embarrass me like that, talk about I was talking bad about you when I actually genuinely trying to be nice to you.
Yeah.
I think Sweet Tea need to appreciate friends like Toya.
Yeah, I do too.
You need to appreciate somebody's friend who put their neck out and be like, you need to go now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Heavenly is so funny, man. She's so passionate. She over there hugging Quad like, yay!
when Quad ain't talking to none of these ladies.
Exactly. Anything else?
That's it.
Man, listen here. Miss Quad, listen here. Quad is the only one on this show who I call Miss Quad. You know what I'm saying?
Because she got it, honey.
Yeah, listen. I was happy to see you. I can't wait to see you some more. It was a great episode. Hopefully Dr. G Pants is up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sweet Tea. Stop crying. Lateasha. I ain't calling you Sweet Tea. Stop crying. Get yourself together.
It's going to be okay.
Understand that this is your first season. This is called the hazing season for you. Okay? Things are not going to go right. They're not going to treat you well. It only goes up from here. Just relax. Just enjoy the roller coaster. You feel me? Anything else?
That's it.
Y'all be good.
Bye.